Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm glad to be here. I am happy you're here. Thank you so much. Another truth here on YouTube. I'm going to make a personal based video, which I did not want to make because of the topic. And I debated whether I should make a video or not. It just happened like an hour and a half ago, just about. But I wanted to address it because I feel like it's important to talk about because I have some concerns about it. Okay, firstly, just before I get into it, the nature of the topics involved here have to do with the message that I got mainly. I got 3 messages from YouTube, one after the other. It's either a glitch or someone's reporting. So this is sort of a public statement to YouTube and to the community, what I expect and don't expect, to make things clear. But it's also to discuss the email. It's to discuss some other things around it. If you notice in this video, there are links, including the link that YouTube provided for me, which was the only useful piece of information that was valuable in that email, because that serves to help all of us. So the back-to-back emails I received were the same type of email. It was related to a video I did on KatieJoy Paulson, WOACB, on YT, Rotten to the Core. And in it, I made a trigger warning that I might bring up things around mental health challenges. Now, before I get into it, I will talk about, again, I'm going to say it again, that I will talk about self-harm, suicide, people using the system to report people to get them hurt, and things like that. If you are triggered in any way, please feel free to leave at once. There are references in this description box, and now those references are on that other video, which I thought I had done on that other video given the topic, but I didn't do that. So I made sure to do that, including putting the link that YouTube gave me. So the video states, "Hi there. We're reaching out because members of the YouTube community, including fellow creators, viewers, or staff, have expressed concern for your safety or well-being after coming across content you posted with topics related to suicide or self-harm." Yes, it's in the description box because I generally give a warning. Sometimes I may not bring it up. Sometimes I might bring it up because of things related to me that do not include emergencies, because it gives the opportunity for the person to get out of the video. The topic itself might contain that because of the person I'm talking about and how they are hurting other people, and people who are struggling with suicide and self-harm. So anyway, the email goes to, "If you or someone you know is experiencing suicidal thinking or self-harming, know there is help and you're not alone. It's not uncommon to turn suicidal thinking and self-harms as ways to cope with painful emotions." I know that. Talking to someone can help you process these emotions. I do have professionals in my life, and I'm honest with them, as well as get support through a difficult time. There are some difficult times I'd rather do it alone, and there are other times I might need extra therapy, but I do receive professional help because I do not pretend that I don't have my struggles. We encourage you to use the resources listed in the Help Center So that might be useful to you. Another thing that they put in here was the find a helpline to look for your local mental health care providers, which I have done for this video and the video in question because that is useful. All right, so my reaction is to that. This is a months old video. It did include those words in the description box. I thought I had put in a list of resources, but there weren't any. So I've reinstated those with the new link, with the link that YouTube gave me. So I hope that helps. I will be doing that for every single video henceforth. It depends if what I'm talking about, but I will make sure to include that in all of my videos, nevertheless. And I'll backtrack and see which videos I still need to put links in, especially when I'm talking about difficult topics. I want to make it clear. Now, I realize this could be a glitch. Someone might have had a legitimate concern, or someone might be retaliating against me because of the topic at hand, or because I had talked about things on there. I might have been particularly aggressive on someone else's point of view on their video or subject matter. Fine. Well, it's not fine, but I want to tell you that without giving a lot away, I have professionals in my life. I am grateful for accessing them. I am privileged to have that. There are a lot of people who struggle because they don't have that. They can't afford it. There are people who are crying out for help and can't get it. They can't get it to help because of the oppression they're experiencing, the family legacies of oppression. They want to find people who understand their ethnic background and how, the importance of that and how to work with that to bring healing, because there's not one fundamental way of healing. Historically, mental health was used as a way to hurt people, to injure people, to lie about people's medical health so that men could get their way, so that people who are particularly outspoken are silenced, so to avoid anything. And a lot of the research, older research came from a certain group of white men. And it was not based on diversity. It was not based on the idea of giving proper health care to people who deserve it. That is one thing I had hoped that the former VP Harris would have done if she had been elected to the United States, is to bring about equity in health care for everybody, and particularly those who don't have access to it for a number of reasons. And that would have been ethnically and socially relative to what they're experiencing, even if it means expressing issues with the dominant group having a say in everything instead of self-blaming, self-hurting. I know a few professionals who do that type of work, and I'm proud of them, and they know who they are. I do have that in my own life because the person I speak to, that I have a relationship with, one particular professional, and we have a lot of differences and opinions on things, but we are also, she understands me. But I have other professionals, because here in the United States, you have specialists for everything: psychiatrists, psychologists, podiatrists, so on. So another professional I have in my life is from another part of the world. And she is a woman of color. And she's amazing. She's an amazing, amazing doctor. The best. The best. And my physician is Chinese. And I'm lucky. I'm lucky. How did I get so lucky? Because these are the type of people I love. These are the type of people I get to have that. I want everybody to have that. Now, there might be differences of things, but I'll tell you, my psychiatrist and psychologist, yes, I have them. Have also helped me to deal with some of the things I'm dealing with professionally. I have a separate professional coach, but I realized I'm probably going to have to find a way to either teach myself or get professional development specifically to what I'm doing. So there's always that struggle, but doesn't make me feel bad. I'm grateful that I've spent as long as I have on this planet, because it's a miracle I got here. It's a miracle for many reasons. How things impact the body, impact life outcomes. And, the reality is that the studies show that mental health can accelerate aging. And I mean, something wrong with aging. Okay. When they're saying that it accelerates some of the physical problems that comes with it. Okay. That's a reality of what I grapple with. But, and believe me, I'm more conservative with how I spend my energy now than I used to be. And I guess because I have more of a focus. But I have a focus. I have goals. I have things to look forward to. There's an independent film I'm looking forward to seeing at the end of the month that I got excited about. When I saw it, I was skipping on the sidewalk, and this sweet gentleman said, "Oh, what's going on?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to see this movie because it reminds me of my childhood, and it was an important part of my development, and how badly I wanted the jacket." It's a long story. I'll talk about that later. And how I wanted to be a part of this community because it was local. But I said, now I get to do that, going here and enjoying it. I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited. And he said, "That's great." I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's something to look forward to." He says, "Yes, it's great to have things to look forward to." And we talked for a little while. It was an opportunity to meet a new person, new network, new friend. It was great. It was great. And I said, well, let's see each other again in the community sometime, And I really felt happy about that, because it was like a great interaction surrounded by an interest of mine that somebody else was interested in, based on what I talked about. And it was just a great interaction, So there are pockets of it. And I'm not saying that people who have ideation, who are suffering from depression, don't accomplish things. I've worked with people with borderline who we kind of had the same thing in common in terms of wanting safety, human rights, disability rights, women's rights, people's rights, workers' rights stuff. We worked together on a project in our disability justice class. And that was one of the things that we really emphasized on. We worked well because we knew it was like, oh, yeah, I recognize you. Yeah, it's great. It was a great experience, So I have those things to be happy for. I have things to look forward to. Yes, I feel stifled by a great many things because of circumstance. There's not a lot there's so much more I want to accomplish, and what would I have to give up and stuff. And I don't want to get to that point in my advanced years that I start giving up on things because I feel like I'm too old. You're never too old. In my daughter's first master's graduation, there was a gentleman who was over 80 years old getting his master's degree in social work. And I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my master's, but I'll get it when I'm older and ready. I want to do it, but I'm not ready because I have a lot of work to do. I have to build up that resilience because graduate school is something else entirely different from undergraduate. And I want to make sure that my focus is smart. And I don't know what education is going to look like in the future, but that's my goal, is getting a master's degree. My goal is to be doing work on an international space as a collective, doing what I do in my community, but helping bringing my community to doing this great work. I get to be one of these people, one of the people on this that do this work. I'm so lucky. I'm doing two things in my life, the loves of my life. It's very tiresome. I worry about them all the time. I can't help it, but I am doing good work. I'm very outspoken. I do say what I need. I do say what I think, what needs to be said as far as support is concerned. And I'm not ashamed of it. And I do have that power to make those changes along with everyone else, as long as we are in agreement with it. I'm okay. I love working collaboratively. Not all of our ideas will go through. And the thing is that the reality is we are going to have differences of opinions. And so what do I not have to look forward to? What do I not? I have a planner. It was given to me. It was a Hobonichi Techo planner. And it has antique stickers in it. It has affirmations I wrote for myself. All of my appointments, all of my things I need to do have significance, and I write that down. I'll say, yes, I might put a sticker. I put a sticker on one of them. It was for Valentine's Day. And I didn't really have anything special, just wrote down the bottom, remember, you're important. One was Laundry Day. Okay. And I decided to do Laundry Day on Friday, on Valentine's Day, for instance, because the big part of the laundry on Valentine's Day, because I wanted to go out on the weekend. But doing the laundry for me is an act of self-kindness, So what I did is I made sure I got my favorite detergents, and I did everything, folded everything with care, ironed what I need to iron. I love ironing. So it's not a chore. It's something that I get to do as a treat. But I do tend to iron quite a bit of things because I like things pressed and fresh, and refreshing my environment and grooming my cat and giving him nice combing and a brushing. And he whines, but he loves it because he feels good afterwards. Cleaning around his eyes, cleaning his paws, trimming his hair where it needs to be trimmed, for cleanliness reasons. Not on his body per se, but just like under his paw pads, I had to trim a little bit, and around the back area so that stuff doesn't get stuck on it. But we're very gentle and very caring, and making sure his nails are clipped. And then I put balm on his balm that's made specifically for him. I put it on his paw pads, make them a little, not softer, but a little cleaner, a little softer. I know that there's a reason why that they are the way that they are, but I find they're stronger because he had an accident a few years ago on his little paws. So I want to make sure his skin is doing well, and I kind of look for things around him. These are things that give me joy. They give me happiness. So no, to go back to this whole point of this video, this video is months old. So there are a number of things. It could be a glitch. It could be someone who is concerned. But if they were concerned, then they should have addressed it. I think that there are if they cared, there were other videos they could have viewed. They could have sent out an email. They could have expressed, oh, did you know that on YouTube they have this link if you need help, because any false suggestion that I'm in danger of harming myself could hurt me irreparably. Now, I'm lucky I live in a community which doesn't react that way. I am in a space where it doesn't react that way. If I'm not making calls to doing anything, if I'm not presenting behavior or saying this is what I want, then that's one thing. But to say that, to lie about that, to get me harmed, it's going to backfire. It's going to backfire. I'll find out who did it. And I will take my action and I will talk about it afterwards. The other thing is it could be a glitch. It also could be because I put those words in there, which I've put words in all of my videos like that. It's just strange it happened on this video where I don't think that I was in any particular danger whatsoever. But I made sure to put the links in there. I do not expect this to happen again. I am okay for the most part. I have professionals in my life. I'm lucky to have professionals I can relate to. I want that for everyone. That's what I'm fighting hard for. And I know other people who are doing amazing work, better than what I can do in ensuring that. Retaliating like that is bad. And using people's mental health status is discriminatory and it's wrong. I know this is the climate we're in, and believe me, there are a lot of people out there that want bad things to happen to people who are suffering. That's what's going on now. That's the unfortunate reality. And makes me less inclined to talk about things on YouTube about stuff, even if it's talking about someone else. I know that I might have talked about how that this particular content creator, not me, the one that people reported on, has used people's grief and sadness against them. I've mentioned that clearly. And that is not an indication of wanting anybody else to hurt themselves. And there might be a point where this particular content creator does that. I have reported those videos and nothing has happened that I know of. I've reported videos where I felt a certain content creator was exploiting their mental health and was doing things in hopes that something would happen. But they didn't get that email, I'm sure, or they're not talking about it. So there are links in the description of this, video. There are on that other video. Don't come after me again. Don't. And for those who are concerned, thank you. But I'm safe. I'm in good hands. I am a source of help as well. It's not just me receiving help. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, but I do other things, and I can be relied upon and trusted, and I am trusted and respected. All right? So if you have a concern, send me a message. All the comments get moderated anyway, and I can address those in ways that do not reveal who you are, if that's what you choose. But I'm okay, even when I am struggling with things. Take care. Bye.